I'm home. I'm also dealing with the pandemic. I'm also dealing with like, I don't
Mm,
have any family here except for my brother. My family is away in another
wow.
country. Like my
Wow.
parents are away. There's like so many things happening. And for me, I realized that like going online, it is a bit of escapism. It's so nice here. Like I get to just
Mhm.
have like people who love me and look up to me and they find me inspiring and it makes me feel good. But at the same time, I have to make sure I'm also doing the self work and that
Mhm.
it's not just like a superficial thing. Like, am I actually taking care of myself? Am I like actually living my truth? And like that
Mhm.
inspiration that they see, continue digging into that, like continue. If I work on myself, then in turn I can be authentic online. But that's also really,
Mm.
really hard. It's so hard to be like my full me online. There's like, there's this weird superficiality and like fakeness sometimes online that like it's hard to break through. And I often wonder if I come off that way or not. Like, again, the anxiety of like, what am I being seen as? And all I can do is just try. Like, I just have to
Mhm.
try to be my best self on there. But yeah, that's like definitely a huge insecurity at times of like how I'm being perceived or saying the wrong thing
Mhm.
and being canceled. Like cancel culture is at an all-time high right now. And I'm just like terrified that like I say something wrong or I ignore the wrong person and suddenly I'm being like,
Wow.
like attacked or something. And it's like a very
Wow.
real thing I never had to deal with because there are so many people looking at me. So at every move, everything
Mm.
is recorded and shared and so it almost feels like I'm being watched at all times and it's hard to relax sometimes. Yeah.
Wow. This is such an interesting conversation because
Mm.
it's so true. It's like people, you know, all eyes are on you right now, and it
Hmm.
really is. You are so genuine and so sweet. And you're like, I just want to respond to everyone. It's literally the most
Yeah.
like humble, down to earth, like it's so you're so incredible. And I really do think like from an outsider, but like also insider, I really feel your genuineness coming through on your posts, on your social media,
No.
like and you doing
Yeah.
these lives, like it's you giving back as well. And like
Yes.
all these people watching are just like seeing you, hearing you, and it is so beautiful. Like they just it's that's so interesting of, you know, we the
Yeah.
behind like the public we're just like, oh my gosh, wow, 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 look at what she's doing. And
Yeah.
every process, every different person, every scenario has anxieties or the behind the scenes of
For
like,
sure.
am I doing this,
I
and
really am
all
just
eyes
like
and
a
everything.
human.
Wow.
It's so
Wow.
bizarre to me, right? Like I came from Venezuela and I moved here to pursue this dream that like never, like this pipe dream, quite literally, like, yeah, right, it's gonna happen. Like, when
Wow.
does a Latina get to like lead a show and like actually do it? This is so
Wow.
new for me because I never saw it when I grew up. So for me, it was just like this blind faith of like, I just really want it and I hope that it happens. And I just, every day I wake up and I do something towards that thing that I want. So the fact that it's actually happening and I'm here, yes, it feels surreal. This is so crazy to me. Like
Yeah.
this is like wake me up from a dream, please. Like
Wow.
I don't take it for granted. Every single day I'm so grateful.
Wow.
I'm so humbled by every single opportunity and new fan. Literally, like I wake up and I'm like, "Oh my God, there's another 10,000 people that are here and they are like supporting me and they're like
Wow.
seeing my career and my growth and they're telling me that they're so excited to see my work and that the characters that I played mean so much to them that
Oh,
it's allowed them to, be themselves and it's
wow.
my heart is just so full and I'm so happy that it comes across because that is all I want. Like my whole career and this whole dream wouldn't exist without the fandom, without the public. So that's why I have this need to like connect with them because I want
Mm,
them to know that I appreciate them and that
wow.
they're no better than me. I am no better than them. We're like
Mm,
equals.
mm,
And even though I'm on this platform and I have all these followers and all of these things and I'm on screen, like that to me is my job and it is a way for me to connect with other people and I also like I'm the same as all of you. Like it's weird to say that but like it's I don't feel any different um in that scenario that I'm the kind of person that like says hi to strangers on streets or like if I'm on set I will talk to everybody background grip whoever I'm a people person. So to be able to like connect through my work, that's pretty cool.
Mm, that's beautiful. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I love you. I love everything that you're about and everything you do. You have this platform now and you're putting out positivity. You're putting out you're showing your also behind the scenes. Like it's such a
Hmm.
connection. People really feel so connected to you and they are cheering you on. And that is so beautiful that you hear these messages like your story, your character like has helped me in my life. That I'm literally
Yeah.
getting shivers. That is so beautiful. That's incredible.
It's, I honestly like, I really, really feel like I was put here for this reason. Like I was meant to
Mm.
do this and I was born to do this, not just for the work. Like, yes, acting literally saved me. Like when
Wow.
I spoke on my podcast last time on the Girl on Girl, like it literally allowed me to be my truest self. I found a sense of
Mm.
peace finally to be able to not have to hide from my queerness, my trauma, my whatever, like all of the things that I probably felt shame for. And now I get to
Mm.
just be open about it because of my career. It's like I get to live truthfully through my characters. And if other people can do the same because they see me go through it and they see a character go through it or they see themselves
Mm.
represented, then
Mm.
like we're literally all growing and healing and evolving and like being our best selves through the art. And like,
Yeah,
like that's what it's supposed to do. That's what I want it to do.
it's so
It's
beautiful.
it's like this it's the like the circle of life almost, right? Like we're all important and we're all like a piece of this machine that's like doing something.
Mm.
So through our
Mm.
stories we learn and grow, and like that is what
Mm.
I want. It's like such a beautiful thing that can happen and that we're like existing at this very moment all together, like living this. So it's like, yeah.
Wow. Incredible. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What advice do you have for maybe a young
Hmm.
actress, whoever they are, or maybe just a person that looks up to you,
Yeah.
in for going for their passion and feeling confident in who they are?
Yeah. And you know what? Even if you don't feel confidence at the start, because it's hard to kind of believe in yourself when you don't know how it works or your potential, or how to even get to that place of like auditioning even.
Mm.
First of all, like do not listen to people when they tell you that you can't do it or that you don't have what it takes, or like maybe you'll just only play these things or only do these things. I got told that. What if I had
Wow.
listened to them?
Yeah.
I got told that I was only going to be like the pretty girl who like, no substance kind of thing, like or that, I even had someone tell me like, why go to theater school? Like that's just like a phase, like you're not really going to make it. Um
Wow.
and I I was shocked because to me, like you listen to these things and you start doubting it. You're like, well, maybe, I mean, I don't know. Like, am I just wasting like 5 years of my life, which is what I did to train for acting? Like training for me was a huge um telltale to see if I even had any talent or if I could do it, or
Mm.
like what is
Mm.
acting? How do you approach it? I think training is the first step. So if you have a dream and you want to be on TV and you find this like, oh my God, I want to do that. Like that is what I had since I was a little girl. I just wanted to like
Wow.
be on TV, and I'm like, I don't even know how to get there, but I know I want that.
Wow.
The first thing you do is like acknowledge that you want that, know that it is possible. It's not
Mm.
just like this crazy dream. It is 100% possible. This is why agencies exist and management agencies exist. It's why acting schools exist. There's acting workshops, acting classes. It's all virtual now too. You can literally sign up online and sign up for like a weekend intensive on Zoom. Like you
Mm.
literally research acting classes near me and I'm sure you will find something.
Mm-hmm.
But the first step is like, okay, I want to do this. So first step, train. See if you have any like talent in itself. Honestly, you can also like grow into it. Like I was
Mm.
not where I am now when I started. Like for me, acting was like putting on a mask and like changing my voice and being like character, which exists also, but the whole process of me training got me back to me, if that makes any sense. It went from like
Mm.
wearing the mask to again taking it off. Acting is literally just allowing people to see you and like for you to not feel embarrassed or afraid to show who you are.
Mm.
So what training does is that it puts you into these exercises that challenge you, and you come up to, with emotions, and you come up to like yourself and be like, okay, how can I get through this? And so training, like I love it. I love going to school. I literally went to theater school for 5 years before I even
Wow.
booked my first job, like
Wow.
it's a process. And after that, once you get some training, you put yourself on tape, you find your team, like an agent, a manager. And from there on, like if that person matches like your career goals and what you want to do, then you start auditioning. And that is something you learn as you go, like nobody has it all together when they start. Know this.
Mm.
I came to Toronto. I had never done film in my life, ever. Like never set foot on set, like never did an audition live. Like I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Wow.
But I have my agent who guided me through it, literally
Hmm.
one day at a time. How to do self tapes, how to like who sees you. I don't even know where these auditions come from, like who is seeing me. So like all of those questions will be answered once you have your team. But just know that it's like starting from zero and getting to where I am, it's 100% possible because I
Wow.
did it. And I literally am like an immigrant Latina who didn't even grow up in North America, who had an accent, who didn't speak English at one point. Like
Wow.
if I can do it, I'm pretty sure anybody can. You just have to want it and you have to believe in yourself. Nobody else can validate your journey except for you. Like, pardon my French, like, fuck the haters.
Ah, let's
Let them
go.
shut up. Like,
Real talk.
you do you. Do you, and all will be well because you're the only person that can actually make it happen. Everyone else will help you on the way there. Like
Mm.
your agency is there to support you, people are there to cast you, but like if you don't bring yourself to the plate, like nobody can force your hand. You have to want it and you have to kind of get over that fear and take away all of those like doubts
Mm.
because like we're all magic. If you're willing to let people see that magic in you, like who doesn't want to see that on screen? Like any human being vulnerable on screen, being authentic on screen. Yes, please. Like make a whole career out of being human. Like that is the literal
Mm.
definition. It's like being a professional human being. Get a
Mm.
hold of yourself, put that on the screen. That's
That's
it.
beautiful. That's amazing. Oh my God. So inspiring. Like your story is incredible. When
It's
did you
been a journey.
when did you move here and when did you start acting? Like training?
I moved to Canada in 2007,
Wow.
and that's when everything changed because literally I was a scuba diver. I had all my certifications, and I wanted to study like either marine biology and like literally be a scuba diver and have my own dive shop, or
Wow.
like go to China and study communications and like do some like student exchange thing. I just knew that I wanted to like do something, I don't even know, with people, with the ocean. Like, but when I moved
Oh.
to Canada, I'm like in the middle of winter, had never seen snow in my life, had never like owned a hat, like gloves, a scarf. Like, I saw that on TV and I was like, why are they so cold? Like, little do I know I'm living inside of a freezer. So it was all like adapting for me, like living in this way of life, living in a place where everybody spoke English, like that was new for me.
Wow.
So, I found theater. I found theater and I love theater.
Mm.
The playfulness of it, the like not taking yourself too seriously, the like pushing your limits and like
Mm.
finding what makes you you. Like theater really like brings out just like so much play in a
Mm.
person, and I think that's where the heart of film is. So like take some theater classes. They're so much fun. Just drama classes in general, like drama
Love.
games. It just gets you out of your head and into your body, and like
Mm.
I love that. But honestly, like since I moved to Canada, that's when things got really real. Like I
Wow.
went into drama in high school. Like that was my first
Mm.
course that I was like, I know I want to take this. And I was in every single play. I did all of the like talent shows, everything. I was always performing. So when I graduated high school, I had a choice. I was like, okay, so I could either actually pursue this or not. And
Mm.
I decided on yes, and the rest is
I
history.
love
five
that. I
years of
love that.
school, and then I moved here, found an agent,
Wow.
and then I started auditioning without even
Mm.
knowing. And like, listen, when I started auditioning, like, I still had a job. Like, we met, and I was doing like music videos. I was a go-go dancer. I was a host at a restaurant. I was a brand ambassador for like a bunch of stuff. I was taking any job I could so that I could pay my rent and like live in this really expensive city. But it's because I wanted to be here because this is like where the jobs are. Like, this is where it is. So like I was doing the whole like working actor thing with like 17 Joe jobs until I got fired from my restaurant job. And I took that as a sign to focus 100% on acting. And I made a
Wow.
deal with my parents. And I feel so lucky to have them because they supported me through the first few months of me like not having a job. I was like, let's make
Mm,
a deal. Like, if you help me with rent for like these 4 months, and I'm gonna focus on acting 100%, see what happens, see how I feel, and if I don't make it, like fine, I'll get another job. But let me try and like focus all my energy on this one thing that I love. And they did. They supported me through it, and like I
mm.
swear to God, like that's when everything started changing because I was no longer distracted and anxious about learning
Wow.
lines on the job or like all I had to do was like every audition I had, I nailed it. I worked it, I nailed it. I put it out there, let it go. Work it, nail it. And like that's how I booked literally like my first one line in a show. Like I had one line, that's it. And
I
like
love
I
that.
literally went from that to like being a recurring on a Netflix show that's international. Like
Wow.
it
Wow.
can happen. You just have
And
to
the
like, yeah.
I was just gonna ask like what kind of jobs did you have throughout, but you getting fired from waitressing or that hosting job like at your restaurant, that negative was that door closing on purpose for you to
On purpose.
fully go
Oh, and I was
full force
crying. I did
acting.
not like that I was letting them down and I was getting fired. I was like, this isn't happening. But it was definitely like I was freaking out too. Like, I don't have a job now. Like, what do I do? But I was taking out too much time to go to auditions. My
Mm,
priorities were somewhere else. So I just had to go with it. And I knew I
wow.
had to make that choice. Like, okay, maybe this is like you said, it's like a hidden thing. Like I just have to listen to it and like I
Mm,
know that what I really, really, really want to do is act. So, like, why am I being distracted by all of these other things that I don't care about? So,
mm.
let's try and focus on this. Even like if it was just a month of like full on, I'm just focusing my energy on the one thing that I want. It's incredible what we can do when we really focus on what we want. Like,
100%. And our
our
passion, the
energies.
fire
Yeah.
under our butt, like just goes for it day,
Yeah.
night, and we don't want to stop and we can't
Yeah.
stop. And when you
Oh,
find that
I,
passion,
yeah.
nothing's going to stop you. Like you're on that path.
Nothing.
You're doing,
100%.
you're putting all of your heart and soul and thoughts and everything towards that.
Yeah.
That's, oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I love your story. It's unbelievable. Like you're really just, you've come from so much, and this is just, you deserve every single praise that you're getting right now. Like you really, really, really deserve it. People don't even know the behind the scenes, like your backstory, and now doing these lives, they do. Like it's
Yeah,
so
I'm
important.
really
Like it's
trying to share more of
mm,
my journey and share
yeah.
more candidly of like what it takes to be here because it didn't just happen and it wasn't luck. Like
Mm,
I worked my butt off to get here
wow.
and I believed in myself so hard. I bet on myself every single day
Mm,
because I want it. I just want it. So like for me, that's thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
wow. I'm honored to like hear your story, and I'm so happy that you're sharing. So honestly, like online, offline, like it's like you're on you're such a huge inspiration to every single person, really.
I want
Um
that. Yes. Like I want to inspire everybody to go and like chase their dreams and know
mm,
that, that they are enough and that they can do it. And everybody who tells
wow.
them no is because they're probably scared that you will and they won't. Or, there's people are going through their
Mm,
own journeys. Let them, but don't listen to like what everybody tells you. Like they can't possibly know who you are and what you feel and
mm,
what you want. So just um just have chats with yourself. What do you really want? And the answers will come.
I love
And then
that.
follow it. Go with
Yeah,
it.
you are a true like success story in the best way. Like really, really, so I'm so impressed with you, your thought process, and everything that like you do, everything you're about. Like it's so refreshing. Like even just like yeah, just hearing like you moved with it, like not knowing the language, like all these things. It's just like wow, 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 wow. Like
When there's a will, there's a way.
seriously, that's amazing.
Yeah.
There's actually a bunch of questions coming in, and a lot of the questions are, is there going to be a season 2 for Ginny and Georgia?
Y'all, I have told you this in every single conversation we have. When I know, you will know. We're not keeping
Ah!
anything secret. We have not heard. Tell Netflix that you want it at them. Keep watching the show, keep sharing the show. Um, Fingers crossed. I have everything crossed inside of me that the show definitely deserves a season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to see everybody like grow up and have kids. Like that's how much I want to see all these stories evolve.
That
But
finale,
right now,
we were
we
like
don't know.
on the edge of our seat of a season 2. We're like, oh, can I binge watch now the second one? Like,
I know, yeah, we don't know yet. And when we do, I promise you, like all of the socials is going to be exploding again because I'm sure everybody will be glad to hear it. I think they deserve at least another season. And after being number one in all these charts, I'm sorry, Netflix, I'm looking straight at you. If you're here, renew us.
Everyone
Okay.
tag at Netflix.
Please and thank you.
Season 2. Oh my gosh. I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to be on this live, share your story and your words and your heart and your soul. Like you are such an inspiration, and keep doing you. We all need your energy, your story, your passion. It is so it bleeds through every single person's lives that you touch, you're about to touch, everybody that keeps following you and all these things. Like the platform that you have, you are using it to your fullest advantage and just sharing exactly who you are. And we all need you in all of our lives.
I need y'all too.
I'm so blessed to know you. Like you're just an angel.
You're so
Thank
sweet.
you.
Thank you, Marnie. Thank you.
Thank
I
you
appreciate it.
so much. I'm so
My
proud
cheeks
of you.
hurt from smiling. This is like literally like, let's just do this for a second. It hurts. It hurts.
Oh, just a little face massage, right?
All good. I really love these lives because it gives me an opportunity to actually be me. I don't think it's enough with like posting a picture and posting my work and things like that. Like those are the highlights. I get to be on live and talk about the other real stuff and like the realness of just being alive and going through the motions of life and following your dreams, and at the same time like, you know, the winnings and the failings of it. And like I read a question someone said on here, and that'll be the last thing I say, but how do you deal with the fear of failing? Embrace it. I think failing, the word itself, like, we need a better word. Listen,
yeah.
I always say this, and like, it is an opportunity to keep growing and keep learning. A mistake is a gift because it means that you can learn to do something better. Failing isn't that you are a bad person. Don't reflect it back to you. Failing just means you get to prepare again and try again. You know, like it's why people play video games. When it says game over, you can literally restart and do it again until you do beat the game. Like life is like that. Like don't see failing as like the end of something and then you're like just that's it. Like keep trying. There should be like so much joy in wanting to try something again and being better every time you come back to it. I want to keep failing. If that's what you want me to say, like I want to keep being challenged. If I was a natural at everything I encountered, I would never grow because there would be no resistance. You only grow from being uncomfortable and from being in, you know, like your comfort zone is over here. This is where the growth happens. Like that's so cliche, but it's so true. Embrace the fear because it means that you are finding resistance and your mind, like change is scary, but it's so, sorry, I'm getting so emotional. Like it's so worth it. Embrace the failing. Like it's a beautiful thing. So
I love that you said there should be a different word for it because fail is such a negative word.
You fail. It's like, no, but I can literally try again. Like that is the beauty of life. We are able to restart and start over. Like nothing is permanent, only death. Like once you're done, you're done. But you have your entire life until you breathe your last breath to keep trying and keep failing until you find wins and successes. And even then, like that's not the end all be all. For me, it's the growth part of it. Like look how far you've come. So embrace it. Just embrace it. Just don't let it.
And
be
every
like
time we fail, it's just learning more about ourselves. Okay,
100%.
Cool. I tried this.
100%.
Now it hit me. I'm not gonna do that again. Or that door closed. Okay, great. I know that wasn't meant for me. Or there's another opportunity from it. And you kind of, okay, I choose not to do these things, or those didn't work for me. Good. That's actually good because you can now focus more and narrow down. And
also, like making the same mistake more than once doesn't mean that you're not doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
That's so human. Like making the same mistakes. You just have to make sure that if you are making the same mistake over and over, then you need to change something about how you approach it. It isn't the
Mm-hmm.
thing, it's about how you're approaching it. So hold yourself accountable to trying something different and attacking it from a different side if you're going to
Mm.
go through it again and the same thing happens over and over. And but don't have it be a reflection of like you're a bad person, because
Mm-hmm.
it should never be that. Like, some things are difficult, and difficulty we're going to encounter in our entire life, and that's okay. Yeah.
I love that.
Cool.
Amazing. Amazing. Words of wisdom. You're literally a star inside and out. And thank you so much for being here
Thank
today.
you. Thank
Everyone,
you
thanks
so
so much
much.
for watching. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Humberly loves you
honestly, like,
so much. You have no idea, everybody watching. Please
I
know
know.
that.
I love everybody. Like all of these, I see all of your flags from all over the world and all your comments. I'm like watching as we're talking. So thank you. I will be back on live again. So stay tuned. I love talking to you all, and have a great day. Save the live so people can obviously check back in. But heart.
Mwah. So nice connecting again with you. You are amazing. Oh, mwah. Have
Mwah.
a lovely
Thank
rest of
you.
your day. And we'll
Thanks.
talk soon. Mwah.
Ciao.
Bye.